welcome to another episode on A to Z Home and Garden with your Kalyan. Hope you are all having a fantastic day. If you are finding my videos useful, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get notifications when I post new videos. I don't know a single person that does not like growing curry plants. Curry leaf plant is very well known in the Indian community, and people love growing it. And I personally live in a zone 7B, which many people say is is not a good zone to grow a curry leaf plant outdoors, that is planted in ground. But against all odds, I've proven that wrong, and I planted my curry leaf plant in ground about 8 years ago, and it goes dormant in the winter, but it comes back every spring. In this video, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you need to take to make your curry leaf grow bigger, bushier, and produce a lot of leaf for you. So without further delay, let's go ahead into today's topic. First thing, you need to understand curry leaf plant, you will be growing it only for the leaves, and some people do grow it for its fruit as well, if they're trying to propagate or through seeds and stuff. But personally, for me, being in zone 7B, it does not mature to that level where I can get fruits and flowers. That I do from my potted curry leaf plant, but the one in ground, there's no chance that it's going to. It has a very short growing season, about I would say from April until October, Novemberish, and then it's all gone. It's all downhill from there. So first thing you need to understand, during the growing season, curry leaf mm, needs um, NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen gives you a lot of foliage. What phosphorus does is it makes the nutrients flow within the tree or within the plant, and potassium helps in the uh, creation of flowers and fruits. So you need to understand how these three work. Since we are growing curry leaf only for a leaf, I would give it high nitrogen, not too much. I mean, nitrogen is very dangerous when you give it at high levels. It will burn the roots, and you will kill the plant. Early in the season, when it's coming out of its dormancy, that is when you want to wait for the shoots to come out at least an inch or two before you can give it any nitrogen rich fertilizer. If you see, this is my curry leaf plant, and it just started taking off. And as you can see, it is already a nice bushy plant. Okay, first thing I do is I give it a balanced fertilizer, uh, uh, not a balanced fertilizer, but something which is rich in high in nitrogen, low in potassium and phosphorus. Okay, uh, that is one thing I do every spring. And do not overdo it. It's easy to overdo it, but I would say don't overdo it, because that would put too much salt in the soil, and it could burn the roots. One of the best fertilizers that worked wonders for my curry leaf plant is chicken manure, because chicken manure is high in nitrogen, and that has done wonders for me. Apart from that, I mean, you could also add buttermilk, sour buttermilk. You could take a cup of sour buttermilk, dilute it to a gallon of water. Even the buttermilk also has is rich in nitrogen. Also has lactobacillus, the beneficial bacteria, and you could just spread it on the plant, and you could spread it around the base of the plant. Remember one thing, curry leaf plant hates wet feet, so do not give it too much water. it can go through dry spells but cannot tolerate wet. So ev- so when do you water your curry leaf plant? The top 2 inches are dry. I mean, that is when you want to give it a good soak. Otherwise, I mean, like mine, mine is still wet. I wouldn't say wet, it's damp. That's enough. So that's a good indication that my plant is getting enough water. So I'm not going to water right now. This is under a automatic watering system, drip irrigation. In the winter, you might want to water it at least once. So the roots, they stay wet and the roots don't freeze. If the roots freeze, it's going to die. And another thing you want to do with your curry leaf plants is add about for a quart of water, right? Take a quart of water, add about a tablespoon of Epsom salt, and every 6 weeks, I would say, sprinkle on the leaves, and the rest you apply to the base of the plant. So what Epsom salt is magnesium sulfate. So magnesium, what it does is it improves the chlorophyll in the leaf. Okay, and if your leaves, sometimes you might find your leaves turning yellow at the veins, that indicates a magnesium deficiency. And magnesium, it improves the chlorophyll in the leaves. The chlorophyll in turn help the plant through photosynthesis to produce its required food for the plant. So that is how magnesium is going to help indirectly. Another home remedy that really helped with my curry leaf plant is eggshells. So if you understand the construction of the eggshell is calcium carbonate, and it also has trace minerals like magnesium, manganese, iron, and copper. Sometimes you might see the tips of your plant getting brown or scorching between the veins of the plant, or burnt, kind of burnt leaves. That's because your plant is lacking calcium. Every spring, what I do is I take a dozen shells. Okay, and the calcium in eggshells is not readily available, so you want to add it once your ground temperature starts getting 70 degrees. That's when you want to add this eggshell. Okay, and by the time the plant needs it, it's producing leaves, about 3-4 months, it is readily available for the plant. That way, yeah, you won't see any scorched leaves or burnt tips. So that is one thing I do every spring. And another home remedy that has worked is fermented rice water. It's not only rice, I mean any grain that you wash, right? It's not fermented. It's rice water, or dal, all the grains that you wash. Even if you wash pasta, you could use that. So what rice water does is it's a soil amendment. It's a nourishment. It once fermented, it has good bacteria in it, and also it feeds the microbes. So the microbes that feed on this material are going to produce nutrient rich soil around your curry leaf plant, and that's going to help your curry leaf plant grow better. I'm going to pour it on the plant, at the base of the plant. Okay, and this one you can overdo it and not feel bad about it. I mean, it's okay, because this is not going to kill the plant. It's just going to help with the vigor of the plant. As you can see, my curry leaf plant is already very bushy, but if you want even a much bushier plant, now what you do is, this is not going to hurt the plant. Don't worry. I mean, you might think it's going to hurt the plant. It's going to help the plant to get more bushier. What you do is you take tip and about here, cut off the tip. It's not going to hurt the plant. Don't worry. And if you're thinking it's going to hurt the plant, no, it's not. I'm going to do that to every branch here, each and every one of it. So for the purpose of this video, about uh, 6 or 7 days ago, I cut off the top of one of the branches here, and see, in place of one branch, now the plant started putting out two branches, one and two. Okay, that is how it works. Sometimes it even puts out three branches. So that is how you make your curry leaf plant bushier. I cut off the tops of all the branches, if you see. So this is going to help the plant grow more bushier. Curry leaf plant is a acid loving plant. It thrives in acidic soil. When I say acidic, you don't want it to be very acidic below 6. You want it to be between 6 and 7, 6, 6.5. Slightly acidic, not too acidic. The best soil amendments that you can give your curry leaf plant is pure coffee grounds, not the used one, not the spent ones or the used ones. Pure coffee grounds, about 2 tablespoons to a liter of water. You want to boil that and add that to your soil around your curry leaf plant, or you could just sprinkle 2 or 3 tablespoons directly, into the soil. You want to dig about 2 inches of soil and put your coffee grounds in there. That is one thing that would really help with the curry leaf plant growth. One common disease, the curry leaf plant has a leaf spot, and one thing that causes that is either bad watering habits, or lack of proper nutrition, or not enough sunlight. This is one thing you have to remember. This um, curry leaf plant, it loves heat, and the more the heat, the merrier it is for the curry leaf plant. It can withstand even 110, 115 degrees Fahrenheit without any issues. If you have enough sunlight, if your nutrition is very good, and you've taken care of everything, and still having leaf spot, then I would say use a fungicide. And the one fungicide that I use is the Southern AG garden friendly fungicide, and this has worked for all my uh, fungal diseases. And and, and if you see, powdery mildew is another issue. If you see powdery mildew, that sour buttermilk I told you, spray it, thoroughly wet the entire plant with it, and that sour buttermilk will take care of the powdery mildew for you. Or you could use diluted whole milk. Even that would also work very well for powdery mildew. So remember, during the growing season, you want to give it high nitrogen, low potassium, and low phosphorus. And during the dormant season, give it watering at least once or twice, and don't let the roots freeze to death. Okay, and also mulch your plant heavily, so the roots stay healthy underground. So that is all the tips that you need to take to grow a very healthy curry leaf plant here in Zone 7B, that is Dallas, Texas. By the way, don't forget to check out my other video about how to start a curry leaf plant from seed. I have that video as well. If you are interested, please go ahead and check it out. These are all the tips that I wanted to give you to grow a very healthy curry leaf plant. And if you are finding my videos useful, please do like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you don't miss another notification. And thank you all for your support. I will catch you in the next video.